All right, all right. Oh, I was speaking all along and the mic is off. Okay, okay, let's check. All right, then. Ish. I see I was speaking all along and the mic was off, eh? But I believe now you guys are in a position to hear me, right? Somebody confirm? Just somebody confirm if the mic is on. So, as we were saying, but in this part number 3, I will be expected to form requests, right? You will be expected to form requests, all right? So that one can either form it in the Z form or in the do form, right? You can either form a request in the Z form or in the do form, all right? Both of them meaning Z. So we said that when forming this request in the Z form, you begin with the verb and then you follow with the Z, right? Verb and then you follow with the Z. And then in the do form, we begin with the verb stem, all right? Do is not part of the sentence. Remember, this part 3, you are forming requests. Don't forget and ask questions. Many normally get mixed up and then they ask questions. And that would make one lose marks. So in this part 3, not to ask questions, but to form requests, right? So in our first example, you are given the photo of butter. Butter, which means butter. Butter is feminine, right? Die Butter. So we've given examples like follows. We've said examples like bitte kaufen Sie, that is, bitte kaufen Sie die Butter. Please buy the butter. There's nehmen Sie die Butter. Nehmen Sie die Butter. Take the butter. Bitte essen Sie, right? So you're saying in the Z form, you begin with the verb kaufen Sie, nehmen Sie, bringen Sie, and so on and so forth, right? So that is how we do it in the Z form. So we want this second photo. The photo you've been given right here is you can either use bottles, you can also use Mineralwasser, right? That is bottles or Mineralwasser, right? So let's get the names of bottles. How do you call bottle in German? Now, if it is singular, it is die Flasche. Look at that. Die Flasche. Now, the Flasche in plural, you now add an N to it. So this Flasche, this simply means bottle. Flasche simply means bottle, so that in plural, the N comes in. Die Flasche, bottle, right? Bottle, plural, die Flaschen, bottles, right? So you could go ahead then and form a request with the bottle. So tell somebody, now there's this phrase, the phrase is eine Flasche Wasser. Look at that. Eine Flasche Wasser. This now means a bottle of water. Eine Flasche Wasser. A bottle of water. Now, if it is 2, 3, or even more, now I would say, for example, drei Flaschen Wasser. Look at that. So if it is one, you say, eine Flasche Wasser. Eine Flasche Wasser, a bottle of water. Now, if it is 2, 3, or even more, drei Flaschen. Now, notice the ending changing right here, right? Drei Flaschen Wasser. 3 bottles of water. So I could go ahead and tell you, now this was our photo, Flaschen. I could tell you, please buy me. Now I want to request somebody with this. You want to tell them, please buy me 3 bottles of water. How do you say it? You want to request somebody, please buy me 3 bottles of water. Let's see. Please buy me 3 bottles of water. So I would say like this. So bitte, please buy me 3 bottles of water. So bitte kaufen Sie, bitte kaufen Sie mir, right? Kaufen Sie mir 3 bottles, 3 Flaschen, right? 3 Flaschen Wasser. Look at that. So you tell somebody, please buy me 3 bottles of water. Bitte kaufen Sie mir 3 Flaschen Wasser. This now simply means, please buy me 3 bottles of water. So when responding, you could simply say, okay. Okay. Normally when somebody requests you, you can simply respond by saying, okay. So you say, okay, or kein Problem. All right. Kein Problem. So, okay, kein Problem. No problem. Bitte, kaufen Sie mir 3 Flaschen Wasser. Okay, kein Problem. No problem. Now, besides you saying like that, I could also request you, drink 2 bottles of water every day. You want to tell somebody, drink 2 bottles of water every day. How do you say that? Drink 2 bottles of water every day. So in a moment, guys, I'm about to give you your own sentence examples to see how you can form your own request, right? So you want to tell somebody, drink 2 bottles of water every day. Now you would say, trinken Sie, so trinken Sie, drink 2 bottles of water. Trinken Sie 2 Flaschen Wasser, right? Täglich. Täglich. Look at that. Trinken Sie 2 Flaschen Wasser täglich. This now simply means drink 2 bottles of water every day or daily. Drink 2 bottles of water daily. Now we said when answering the request, you could simply say, okay. All right. Or kein Problem. All right. Kein Problem. No problem. You like gerne. And so on and so forth, right? Bitte trinken Sie 2 Flaschen Wasser täglich. Okay. Kein Problem. Gerne. Okay. Yeah. Let's take some few more examples then. Now, this one I want to give to you. This one I want to give to you. Now, in this other photo, we've been given a photo of money. This is Geld, right? We have now been given a photo of money. You can see 2,50 Euro, right? So we are now to form request with the money. Now, I want to see your own examples. Go ahead and attempt forming your example with the Geld, right? Geld. Now, as you do that also, I encourage you to share. Where are you tuning in from? Are you in A1, A2, B1, B2? Feel free to share below, even as we continue on the same. So we are forming this one here. The image is a photo of money, Geld. We are now to form a request using Geld. Let's see. Geld. Now, I would recommend we form it in the Z form, okay? Let's form it in the Z form. In our next class or in our next live, we will be focusing on the do form. So, Geld. You could tell somebody, please send me the money, right? Please send me the money. Please have the money, all right? Please take the money. So, please send me the money in the do form, in the Z form, I mean. So you'd say, bitte, right? Please send me the money. Bitte senden Sie mir, right? Bitte senden Sie mir das Geld. Look at that. So, bitte senden Sie mir das Geld. Please send me the money. And then somebody could respond by saying, kein Problem. Kein Problem. All right. That's the first possible one. Now, the second one, you could also tell somebody, please have the money. Please have the money. That is, bitte haben Sie, bitte haben Sie dieses Geld. Look at that. Bitte haben Sie. You're seeing all of them are pointing back to this formula. Your verb and then Sie. Haben Sie, bringen Sie, nehmen Sie, and so on and even so forth. All right. So in conclusion then, I want to leave this first for you to form your own request. Now you go ahead and form your own request using this one here. This is a timetable. We call it the Sprechstunde. This will be yours. Go ahead and also form a request with this one here. This will also be yours. And then this one here, Hauptbahnhof, right? So when you've formed it, you will leave your comment right here. I will check through and also mark for us appropriately, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, with that said and done, this brings us to the end of our live today. For those of you who've been asking about this book, what I did in this one here, this is the A1, right? We've broken down some of the rules required for you to be able to form statements, verbs. You'll be in a position to conjugate your sentences, the foundation required as you continue to learn the German language. So if you're here and you're looking to make a purchase of your book, the A1 Deutsch Vereinfacht, kindly check the description box. All the information have been shared there with us, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, with that said and done, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. Tschüss, and I will see you in the next one.